Are you a starter in the fashion industry? Are you new to fashion designing? Did you just started learning fashion? As a fashion starter, there are tools that you require to help you get started in this field. It can be overwhelming seeing a lot of tools before you don't know their names, you don't know their functions. But the moment you get to know what each tool is all about, it will be very, very easy for you to continue in this field. It is very, very easy for you. So that is why I'm here to show you 10 different pattern making and sewing tools that will help you to get started as a fashion designer. Do you really want to know what these tools are? Watch this video. From Abirada Paris. Welcome. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. It is wonderful. I am super excited. I don't know you guys can turn up this way. I'm so glad. Thank you for the support. Thank you for pushing me. Thank you. That is why I'm here this week to show you 10 pattern making and sewing tools that you require as a fashion starter. Now the very first one I will be measuring is our tape rule, our tape measure. You can see this is a measuring tool for not only for fashion designer, but a fashion designer requires this. It is very, very important. It is a must tool. It is a must to have tool for a fashion starter, because without this tool there is no way you can start making clothes for yourself or for your family members. On one side it's into inches. You can see it's been divided into inches. We have the inches side and the other side is centimeter. You can see. So for this YouTube channel, did you understand me? Now the next one I will be, so it is a must for a very, it is not that expensive, but you need it as a fashion designer. Now the next one I will be talking about is seam ripper. Just check out how it looks like. This tool is very, very important for a fashion starter. It wasn't even for a fashion starter alone. All designers need this tiny tool, this beautiful tiny small tool. It is for you in case you made a mistake. It is for you to rip up an unwanted seam. You understand? What is a seam? We will get there, don't worry. So you made a mistake while sewing, but you really want to rip it up. Instead of you guys using razor blade, is not necessary. You just have a beautiful tool to work with, and this is a seam ripper. How to use it will be done in our next video. Now we will tracing wheel. This tool is called a tracing. We need it in one of the pattern making tool. We use this tracing wheel to transfer a pattern to the other pattern paper, or you transfer from a pattern to a fabric. You understand? So this is the tool we use. As a fashion starter, you will need this. And the next one I will be talking about is our scissors. Now, as a fashion starter, you will require to get the 2 scissors, one for your fabric and the other one for your pattern making, because the scissors that you use to rip off a paper, it will get to a point that it will not be sharp anymore. It will lose its sharp object. You understand? That is why it is always advisable for a fashion designer to have 2 scissors, one for fabrics or materials and the other one for paper. Now the next tool I will be talking about is our fabric pen. This is how it looks like. This is how it looks like. What is this fabric pen all about? Maybe you are drafting directly on your fabric and you really want to mark in place of a tailor's chalk. You can use a fabric pen. There are some tailor's chalk that doesn't remove easily from the fabric, but with the help of this fabric pen, we just air can erase a fabric pen from a fabric. You understand that? That's why if you are getting this, you don't necessarily need this. But if you are using this is a traditional one. It has been set all this one. So if you are using this, you don't need this. You can get the two just like me. I have the two. I can use any one you want to use. So this is just for you to mark your points on your fabric. We use our fabric pen to mark our points on the fabric. If we don't want to use fabric pen, we can use our tailor's chalk. So the next one I will be talking about is my pin. As a fashion designer, you require pins. When you want to sew a fabric, especially for beginners, you require to join them together with your pin, because it will get to a point where your fabric will be slippery on the sewing machine. But if you have a what's it called, pins, if you pin it together, it's for accuracy. You understand? To make it to be easy while sewing. It won't slip away from the sewing machine. So you require to have a pin while you are sewing, because there are even some points where you will need to pin down. You don't have options than to get your pins. The next one I will be talking about is your jotter. Whenever you want to make an outfit, you will require a jotter, because that's where you'll be placing your measurements. Did you understand what I'm talking about? You need a jotter or a notebook, anyone. That's where you'll be putting your measurements. So you require, as a fashion starter, you require a jotter. The next one I'll be talking about are your French cuffs. Now you want to start drafting patterns. You require a ruler. You need a ruler as a fashion starter, because we will be drawing a lot of lines. We will be drawing a lot of lines, so you require a ruler. Now the next one is pattern master. Now this is a small pattern master. There is a particular one that is bigger than this. That one is large, but mostly the functions of that one, this one also perform at least limited functions for that big one. Now this side is forming to be your ruler side. You can use this side to rule out. Now you can use this side for your armhole cuff. Did you understand? You can use this side for your hip cuff as well, and you can use this side for your set square. Did you understand? So this particular side can form to be your set square. Now maybe you are going out and you need to draft a pattern wherever you are going. You can just take this your pattern master, this small pattern master, wherever you are going. So you need your ruler, you use this part. You need your hip cuff, you use this part. You need your armhole cuff, you need to use this part. Did you understand? So this is the functions of this one. Is small pattern master. There is one that is bigger than this. I don't have that to show you. Now the next one I will be showing you is your vary cuff. Now they call these two vary cuff. You can see how it is. This side is coming to be, you can use it for your neckline. You can use this part also for your neckline. It's coming to be your armhole cuff. You can use this side for a ruler. Assuming you are drawing a lines that are not that long, you can use this. You understand? So this is coming to be your this is a vary cuff. You can use it as much as you want. You can use this part for your hip cuff. You can use this part for your armhole cuff as well. You can use this part in place of armhole cuff as well. And this is the original armhole cuff. So you can see how it looks like. They both look alike. This part you can use this to draw your neckline, your armhole. You can use this part as well to draw your neckline and your armhole. This part can serve as your ruler. Did you understand? So that is why, as a fashion starter, you need this one as well. Now this is your armhole cuff. We use armhole cuff to draw cuffs. There are cuffs, even if you are using your broken lines. These tools has been in place for it to be easy for us to draft our patterns. Why not get one and make life easy for you? Do you understand? So whenever you want to draw your necklines or your armhole cuff, you require this tool as a fashion starter. The next one, which is the last one I'll be introducing to you, is your hip cuff. Now whenever you want to join your waistline to the hip, you will require this tool to do that. And we can use it as well as for we can use it for our leg cuff as well. We can use it for her leg. For those of you that will be drafting trousers very soon, it can be used it can be used as a leg curl as well. This is hip curl, but it can be used as a leg curl. Now the last, it wasn't the last. When you are drawing your patterns, you will require a pencil. It is very, very important for you to get pencil. You require a pencil. It is very, very important for you, because you will not be using what's it called. It's not nice for you to be using a pen to start drafting pattern. It is possible for you to make the mistake. How will you erase it? But if you are using a pencil, if you made a mistake, you'll be able to erase it as much as you want. Did you understand? So you need a pencil. HB is okay. Anyone, you can use anyone that is okay by you. Now the next tool you require as a fashion starter is your pattern paper. Now we have pattern paper that comes in brown color, and we have the one that comes in white color. Now the one that comes in white color is in sizes. You can see is in sizes. There is no fashion starter for you to draft all your patterns on paper for, because you can make a mistake at any time. You are a beginner. Now no expert will expect you to, as in to become an expert at your first attempt. So that is why it is expected of you as a beginner to get a pattern paper. Now if you get that pattern paper, you can start drafting your patterns on paper first before you take it to your fabric. So that is the reason why you need this pattern paper. Now the next one you need is your fabrics. Now as a fashion designer, especially a beginner, you need to invest in fabrics. It is very, very important. You will need to invest in fabrics, because there's no way you will know that you can sew if you did not attempt sewing. Did you understand me? So you will need to get a lot of fabrics. We have a lot of cheaper fabrics. As a beginner, get a cheaper fabrics first. Don't invest in an expensive fabrics, because as a beginner, if I'm telling you you are not going to make a mistake, I will only be lying to you. You will make a lot of mistakes. It is expected as a beginner. Don't kill yourself because of that. That is why you need to get a lot of what's it called, cheaper fabrics. We have Ankara, we have silk material, we have a lot of materials that you can get. So as a beginner, you require fabrics to work with it. Now the last on my list this afternoon is a sewing machine. Now as a beginner, you require to get a sewing machine, because you cannot be relying on the sewing machine at your workspace. You require to get the sewing machine. Did you understand? You can get, sewing machine comes in different forms. You can get what's it called, blackhead sewing machine. That blackhead is popularly known as all this butterfly, butterfly, singer, and the rest of them. You can get this white head, they call it tabletop. You can get this type. You can get that one. But as a beginner, I will request you to get that blackhead first, please. Please get that one first. Master your leg on the sewing machine. Your leg placement is very, very important on the sewing machine, because if you get this one that works electronically, you will not want to use that blackhead. But the moment you know that, you can now come to this. Did you understand? So as a fashion starter, you will require a sewing machine. This topic. Now if you have any questions, you can ask me. I'll be in the comment section. If you have any recommendation, any contributions to this, I will gladly accept. You understand? I will be glad to learn as well. Now these are the tools that I request of you as a beginner. Please get them. It is very, very important. Now I will be dropping the link for just some people are asking me on Facebook that do I have these tools. I will be dropping the link. Yes, we sell these tools, all these pattern French curls. We have them in sets. We have different sets based on availability of cash. You understand? So we have it on board. If you need it, I'll just drop the link on the comment section. Reach out to me. We deliver to any state in Nigeria. Did you understand? I remain Abigail from Abiada. Be good. Bye.